You walk out of Marshall's feeling like a champion, bags loaded, wallet lighter, but convinced you just beat the system. Except you didn't. Most shoppers have no idea they're playing a game with rules they've never seen. Marshall's isn't just throwing discounts at you out of kindness. Every shelf, every tag, every color code is calculated. And if you don't know the system, you're leaving money on the table. Or worse, spending more than you should. Today, that changes. Let's start with something that'll make you want to turn around and go back to Marshall's right now. You know that sweater you bought last week for 25 bucks? The one you felt so good about? There's a decent chance that exact same sweater is sitting in the clearance section for 15. Same brand, same size, same everything. Just a different location in the store. This isn't a glitch, it's deliberate. Marshall's knows human psychology. We grab what catches our eye, check the price, decide if it feels like a deal, and move on. We don't loop back through clearance to cross-reference every single item. That takes time. That takes effort. And retail stores bet their profits on the fact that most people won't bother. But here's the insider move. When you find something you like on a main rack, don't buy it immediately. Take a lap through the clearance sections first, check the back corners. Look for red stickers, yellow stickers, anything that screams markdown. You might find the identical item at 30, 40, even 50% less. One shopper found a jacket in new arrivals for $39. Walk to clearance. Same jacket, yellow tag, 18 bucks. Same condition, same brand, just different real estate in the store. That's the game. Location equals price, and most people never connect the dots. Now let's talk about those tags. You've seen them 1,000 times, but probably never actually read them. That little sticker isn't just telling you the price, it's telling you a story. And if you know how to read it, you'll know whether you're getting a genuine steal or just decent savings dressed up to look amazing. First thing to look for is the word designer. If you see that, you're holding the real deal. Not a knockoff, not an inspired by version. An actual name brand piece that Marshall's bought in limited quantity, probably overstock from a high-end retailer. These disappear fast. If you see designer and the price works, grab it. Don't wait, it won't be there tomorrow. But then there's another word that people skip right over. 3 little letters that could save you a fortune or waste your money depending on how you handle it. IRR. Stands for irregular, means there's a flaw. Could be a crooked seam, could be a loose thread, could be a stitch that's slightly off-center. The question is, does it matter? Sometimes it's purely cosmetic. You flip the item inside out, check the construction, and realize the flaw is so minor you'd never notice it in normal wear. For that, you're getting 20 to 50% off. That's a win. But sometimes irregular means actually damaged. A zipper that doesn't close right. A button that's already coming loose. Fabric that's pilling before you even buy it. You have to inspect. Every time. Don't assume irregular equals bargain. Assume it equals homework. Then there are the numbers. You've probably seen something like compare at $69.99 and thought that's what the item normally costs. Not quite. That number is often the manufacturer's suggested retail price, which isn't the same as what stores actually charge. Marshall's uses it to make their discount look more impressive. The real trick is looking at the tiny box near the barcode. That shows you when the item arrived at the store. Higher numbers mean it's been sitting there longer, and the longer it sits, the closer it gets to another markdown. If you see something you like but it's been there 4 or 5 weeks, you can literally ask an employee if it's due for a price drop soon. Some will tell you, some won't. But it never hurts to ask politely. Speaking of timing, most people have this completely backwards. They think the best time to shop Marshall's is right when it opens. Fresh start, clean store, fully stocked shelves. Wrong. The best inventory doesn't hit the floor at opening. It hits mid-morning to early afternoon. 11 to 3 is the sweet spot. That's when employees are actively restocking, putting out new arrivals, rotating merchandise. If you show up at 9, you're shopping yesterday's leftovers. If you show up at noon, you're seeing today's fresh picks before the evening crowd tears through them. And forget about Mondays. Mondays are recovery days. The weekend just destroyed the store. Shelves are messy, inventory is picked over, and staff is busy cleaning up, not restocking. Your power days are Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's when new shipments get processed, clearance items get tagged, and the store is prepped for the weekend rush. You get the selection without the chaos. You get space to browse. You get time to actually think about your purchases instead of fighting 3 other people for the same pair of shoes. But it gets better. Twice a year, Marshall's goes into full clearance mode. January and July, those are the reset months. Winter inventory gets slashed to make room for spring. Summer inventory gets dumped to make room for fall. Yellow tags everywhere. Prices dropping weekly, sometimes daily. If you're patient and strategic, this is when you build your wardrobe for the year. But you have to move fast. Yellow tag items vanish, sometimes within hours, because everyone who knows the system is hunting the same deals. Here's something else people don't realize. Not all Marshall stores are the same. Walk into one in a lower income area and you'll see basics. Generic brands, leftover stock. Walk into one in a wealthy zip code and suddenly there are Coach bags, high-end shoes, silk scarves, premium home goods. This isn't random. Marshalls assigns inventory based on local shopping patterns and income levels. They send better merchandise to areas where people spend more. It's pure strategy. So if your local Marshalls feels underwhelming, drive 15 minutes to a nicer neighborhood. The difference will blow your mind. Same store, completely different inventory. And while you're at it, visit multiple locations regularly. Some products only go to select stores as a test. If they sell well, they get wider distribution. If not, they stay local and get marked down fast. By rotating between 2 or 3 Marshalls locations, you're essentially tripling your access to deals. You'll start noticing which store gets the best shoes, which one has better home goods, which one marks down faster. That's insider-level knowledge that most shoppers never develop. Now, here's something that sounds crazy but actually works. You can negotiate at Marshalls. Not on everything. Not with every employee. But if you find an item with visible damage, a scratch, a dent, a missing button, you can ask for a price adjustment. The key is how you ask. Don't demand, don't complain. Just point it out politely and ask if anything can be done. Say something like, "I noticed this has a small scratch. Is there any flexibility on the price?" Most of the time, especially on larger items like furniture, employees have the authority to knock off 10 to 30% for minor flaws. One person got an $89 shelf for $50 just by mentioning a tiny crack and being nice about it. The item was still functional, the flaw was barely visible, but because they asked respectfully, they saved $40 in 10 seconds. Let's talk about what's actually worth buying at Marshalls, because not everything is a good deal just because it's discounted. Shoes are the crown jewel. Marshalls has the best footwear selection of any store in the TJX family. Better than TJ Maxx, better than Home Goods. You'll find Adidas, Nike, Steve Madden, even designer brands at half price or less. These are real products from real manufacturers, just overstock or last season's colors. The quality is identical to what's in department stores right now for twice the price. If you find your size in a brand you trust, buy it. Shoes are where Marshalls genuinely delivers. Home decor is another winner. Candles, picture frames, storage baskets, decorative trays. Simple stuff that elevates your space without costing a fortune. You'll find the same items that go for $30 or $40 at boutique home stores marked down to 10 or 12. Same look, same quality, fraction of the cost. Seasonal items during clearance are also solid. Halloween decorations in November, Christmas stuff in January. If you're okay buying off-season and storing it until next year, you can stock up at 70 to 80% off. But beauty products require caution. Yes, Marshalls carries high-end brands. MAC, Clinique, NARS. The prices look incredible, but you need to check expiration dates. Look for the little symbol that shows a jar with a number inside. That tells you how many months the product is good for after opening. If the seal is broken or missing, skip it. If the expiration date is close, skip it. If everything checks out, then yes, you can score luxury skincare and makeup for half price. Just don't assume every beauty product is safe to buy. Here's an advanced tactic most people never use. Build relationships with the staff. You don't need to be best friends with everyone. Just be consistently polite and friendly. Learn 1 or 2 names, say hello, ask how their day is going. Once employees recognize you, they start helping you in ways they don't help random shoppers. They'll mention when new stock is coming out. They'll tip you off about upcoming markdowns. They'll let you know when a brand you love just arrived. Some shoppers get actual text messages when specific items hit the floor, all because they were kind and built rapport over time. The trick is asking the right questions. Don't just say, "Got anything new?" Ask, "Any new items out today?" Or "What's about to go on clearance?" Most employees know exactly what's being marked down and when. They see the pricing schedules. They process the tags. If you're nice and you ask at a slow time, many will share that information. It costs them nothing and helps you save a ton. And here's a secret weapon for clothing. There's a tiny code on fashion tags that most people never notice. The word contemp, short for contemporary. This is Marshall's way of tagging trendy, modern, youthful styles aimed at people in their 20s to early 40s. It's not about quality, it's about style. While other racks are filled with classic cuts and older designs, the contemp section is curated from fast-moving, fashion-forward suppliers. You'll find pieces that are still trending at full-price stores, marked down 30 to 60%. The word is usually printed small, either under the item name or along the edge of the tag. If you don't know to look for it, you'll miss it. But once you start spotting it, you can skip half the racks and go straight to the styles you actually want. Keep in mind, contemp doesn't guarantee quality. It just means the style is current. You still need to check the fabric, the stitching, the construction, but if you find a contemp piece with a yellow clearance tag, you just hit the jackpot. Trendy style at rock bottom prices because it's been sitting just long enough to get marked down but not long enough to go out of style. Here's the bottom line. Marshall's isn't a scam, but it's not giving anything away either. Every markdown, every tag color, every shelf placement is designed to move product and maximize profit. The shoppers who win are the ones who understand the system. They know the timing, they read the tags, they check clearance, they build relationships, they inspect items. They don't impulse buy just because something looks cheap. They calculate whether it's actually a deal or just marketed as one. Most people walk into Marshall's blind. They grab what looks good, check out, and leave feeling smart. But they don't know they passed the same item for less in clearance. They don't know the tag said irregular and they should have checked for flaws. They don't know the store down the road has better inventory because it's in a wealthier area. They don't know Wednesday at noon is way better than Saturday at 2. They're playing the game without knowing the rules. And that's exactly how Marshall's wants it. But now you know. You know the tag codes, you know the timing, you know the locations, you know how to bargain, you know what to buy and when to walk away. You're not a random shopper anymore, you're strategic. And that's the difference between saving money and just thinking you did. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.